Commanders going to Texas against Houston, Texas. Or Texans, but, for the Texans to, go up against a team which we have not seen the Washington Commanders, here yet. We'll let my dear friend over here take, the game, since we were a little late on the pre-show because 5, but yeah, we are going to be starting the game now.
Alright, welcome to Houston, Texas at NRG Stadium. Today we have the Commanders and the Texans facing off. So, big question coming into this game is whether you play Wentz or Heineke, but Houston, Texas really has no other choice but to play Mills and hope for the best. Both teams have missed the playoffs in the NFL. Commanders by a little bit. Texans were the worst team in the NFL. Just following behind the Bears. Well, anyway, here's Davis Mills, 0.1 passing TDs, passing yards 3,384, so not bad. We look over at the Washington Commanders offense, 20 passing touchdowns, 3,600 yards, so they're about close to Davis Mills. And the Commanders will receive the opening kickoff, it looks like here. So we're about to get this game underway, and this one rumored to be good. Smith, obviously, are a favorite.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
And here we go. Kick is underway.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards.
He will return it, and he is met at the 20. Good special teams work by the Texans, and here comes Carson Wentz for their first possession. Had a combined 322 completions versus 516 attempts.
Instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers.
So you can tell me whether those are good or bad numbers. I see that as decent. But in the backfield they have Gibson, who has the number 24, a dangerous one throughout the league, and Dotson, who they've relied on a lot as well. Here we go, Wentz has time. He's going to fire downfield, an opening shot early, and it's going to get broken up, so almost a disastrous play for the Texans already, as Wentz.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Back.
So here on their opening drive.
A rush for a gain of 1, 3rd and 9.
Throwing now is Wentz.
Wentz fires immediately, misses. So not a good start. 3 and out, and Wentz is 0-2. So, defense looks pretty locked in here for the Texans, but the question is, will their offense perform just as well?
Take it at the 37.
And there's the punt, roughly at the 10-yard line. It's not going to be a good one, but who expected it to be?
And the Texans will take over.
So, they'll have field position at the 48. As Davis Mills comes out to play. He has 236, better than Carson Wentz.
Of the 2021 draft.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first.
Texans get the ball early in the first quarter.
First down throw for Mills.
The defense forced a 3 and out. Let's see if defense here can do the same. And they'll already gain more than the Commanders did. As they get 8 yards on the jump pass. Or the check down, still call it.
You're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe
now down at the 44, already in Commander's territory. Second and 2. Mills hands it off, and he is immediately blown up in the backfield. So they're going to get sent back to the 46, 3rd and 4. Huge by the Commanders' defense.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
So Mills coming up on his first 3rd down.
Mills now. Open man there is Collins complete.
Over the middle, he's got a first down. Could not hold him to a 3 and out. Yeah, just couldn't get it. Collins on the reception, by the way. And it'll be first down at the 37. So, that O-line doing a good job all day to throw that ball.
I'm just here just to pop in for a good few minutes on side commentary here, and oh my god. Whew. So far, nobody's scored yet. Oh. Anyway.
Well,
but this game has been decent, so.
We are only 3 minutes in here, and what a run! 13 yards by Pierce.
That was an amazing run right there, indeed,
that
for sure.
Yes,
that could change the game.
Significantly better than the first run, which was blown up for a negative 2-yard gain.
So we have seen that Texans have done really terrible last season. They were like 3 and 12 or 3 and 16. I'm not sure, probably like 4. But they lost for sure. But they managed to beat the Tennessee Titans like last season. Don't remember who else they beat, but so surprisingly, the Texans at the end managed to get their stepping ground up last season. But this is a new fresh start, so hopefully it goes well for them this season.
Absolutely, as we'll come up on 2nd and 1 at the 15, so already scraping red zone territory. He's going to throw this one, and they're going to say he had his arm moving forward there. I don't entirely agree with that one, but refs call. 3rd and 1. So still at the 50. Here comes Mills.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mills.
Decide to pass. Mills drops back under pressure, and he's sacked.
That was
by Chase Young.
That was an amazing sack too, and it basically did save them from trying to get the touchdown. So they're gonna bring out the field goal, which is better than nothing, though. It's better than nothing.
Right. So if the Texans win this one, obviously Chase Young already looking pretty good. They could also take. They have multiple options. Okay, their team is in a serious rebuild situation. As for the Commanders, they don't really need anything, so we'll see what they do. But the Texans have 3 points on the board to start it off.
So that's the first points have been given out in the whole game here. Surprisingly, but like I said from the beginning, it was better than nothing.
Right, they could have walked away with 7, but 3 is good as well, considering the Commanders weren't even able to get a first down on their first drive. Which they will.
And they gonna kick it off. There we go. It's been kicked off.
Yep, there we go. Kickoff. And we will see a return here. And significantly better than last time. 25-yard line is where it'll end up. So it'll be a 24-yard return as Wentz walks back onto the field after 2 incompletions last time.
So
the one, you gotta remember, was a deep shot downfield. And I was pretty shocked at the play call. I don't know about anyone else.
it looks like the Commanders. They're gonna throw.
Wentz looking, has all the time in the world, and he'll get that one out for 7 yards. That's his first completion. Harry McLaurin.
And also, I meant to ask this about during the show or pregame, but who do you think will win this matchup? Like, who do you take?
Honestly, a lot of experts are saying that maybe the Commanders have a chance here. Anyway, Gibson for the first down. That will be the first down for the Commanders.
I think what we should be doing, I think what we should do this season is we shouldn't pick the same team. We should pick different teams. So you pick Commanders, I'll pick the Texans, and we'll see who wins. The whole matchup, I guess. So it looks like the Texans is about to be ready for their defense. So it's 2nd and 5, guys. So it's at the 41-yard line. That's gonna be good job for the Texans defense still, but they still gain a little bit of yards there. So it's gonna be 3rd and 2nd, 43-yard line. And that's going to be another rushing play. And he gets stopped at the 48-yard by, I believe, I might need to see what it's on the back of the 24's. Can't tell, but it's just 24, but oh well. Anyway. Game hasn't really been much of scores, but I mean, this is a little bit of a tough battle for both teams because they're suffering a really bad rebuild. Let's just say. 1st and 10, and it's gonna be another rushing play. He's got nothing but daylight, and he gets almost to the first down. It's 2nd and inches. At the 38-yard line. That was amazing run. Gibson with that run, though. So it's 2nd and inches. It's going to be another... Wait, no, it's not going to be a rushing play. Oh, he's going to run it by himself. He got the first down for his teammates. Carson wins with the first down. He was like, no what? Nobody was open, and he was not going to risk for the interception. He got the freaking first down. He is a true legend for his teammates for that. What an amazing right there. So we're 1st and 10 again at the 27-yard line. Commanders still got the ball, but can they get the touchdown? That's the question. It looks like he's going to throw. He's open, fires, and he's about to get the first down. No, he won't. 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line. That play wasn't terrible, but it didn't really get, it did get a bunch, but it wasn't that bad. So it's 2nd and 2. He's open. He's up throw. Flyers got the man. It's complete. First down and at the 9-yard line. Okay, the Commanders are now doing a little bit better now this play than they were last play. Surprisingly. So it's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Washington Commanders against Texans. Oh my goodness. It looks like he's gonna throw. He is. He's looking for a guy. And then he throws. Oh, we thought he got a touchdown. So it's 2nd and goal. He almost got sacked there. If he got sacked right there, it would have been really freaking bad right there. It would have been bad. It would have been probably a terrible day for the Commanders. So, Carson Wentz open shot fires. He's got a man. Logan Thompson for the Washington Commanders touchdown. The first touchdown on the game was freaking Thomas right there for the touchdown. A good job for Carson Wentz and Thomas right there. They're bringing out the PAT, and he kicks it, and is it gonna be good? And it's good. It's 7 and 3. Commanders are in the lead.
And it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
They kicked it off, and it's going to be, they're going to not go for the touchback. But, they get a nice, pretty decent yard, a 26-yard. Better than last one, but wow. So it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. The Texans really need a rebuild, if you think about it. They have been doing really terrible last season. They have been doing really terrible last season. But oh well. Open shots fires, got a Texan, it's got played. And it looks like it's a fumble. It's a fumble. Oh my god. A Commander picked up the ball. A fumble on the play. I think that might have been the first fumble we have gotten all season. Oh my god. What a fumble. Carson Wentz is getting set on the field here. The Texans have a bad luck going on. Oh my god.
changes hands. We're going to take a look.
Oh, it's going to be a booth review. The referees don't look like it's right. One way to find out. It looked like he didn't fumble it. But one way to find out. Let's see if it changes. Oh, the Texans get the ball back. I'm surprised now the little bit of the fumbling, now when it's fumbles, we have to have a bunch of booth reviews because a bunch of people complained last season saying they didn't like how the fumbles were and it wasn't really a fumble. But now the referees are more fair than they have ever been. But nice first down from the Texans, though. If the Commanders got to keep the ball, it would be like freaking 14-3. But oh well, so it's at the 41-yard line, and it's going to be another rushing play, and it looks like it's going to be stopped. So it has been 1 yard they got. But 2nd and 9.
They stopped that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
So it's 2nd and 9. He's going to throw. Oh, but Josh Myers got a man incomplete. 3rd and 2. We might have another game later on tonight, guys. We're not sure. It's going to be probably the Eagles versus the Ravens. If y'all want to tune in, make sure to subscribe. It is literally free. All you have to do to subscribe is if you don't have a YouTube account and you're just watching YouTube, I suggest you should make one so you subscribe to everybody. And if you even do like my football live stream video thing, whatever you call it, then subscribe to me because honestly, we're gonna have more of this, and it's been a pretty good few games now. If you have watched it, we had Browns versus Jaguars, we had Buccaneers versus Dallas, we had Titans versus Steelers, we had okay, I did that wrong. Then we had Bills versus Chiefs, which, we had a little bit of technical issues,
what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 at 2-yard line.
1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, you're definitely
1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And they hope to continue this drive. It's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once more, Gibson. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Winston Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On play action, Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Play action. Now Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So Lovie Smith, he's seen plenty of challenges in his time as a coach, and he's going to throw the red flag on this one.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
So
stands.
the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A give up the middle to Gibson. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, Wentz. He's got it to Gibson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they just used to check it down to them and maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing is Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Wentz now to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. On the return, Tremont Smith. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Throwing, Mills. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Mills. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Wentz. Flushed it. Nowhere to go here. He lost
Left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Sly able to put this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 23. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun. Mills working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mills. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Now Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Gibson again. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Quick slant, Dotson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Wentz. And he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Sly on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go, man.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Mills. And incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mills to throw it. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Pierce now up the middle. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mills now. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking to throw is Mills. And that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And taken just outside the 20-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Pay attention, pay attention. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A handoff for Gibson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. To throw, it's Wentz. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Keep going.
first down. Wentz. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Wentz will try again on second down. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing flips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Houston's offense taking over again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Second down at 4. Throwing, Mills. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Mills. They'll get this one out to Rex Burkhead. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Mills. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
We got to be big time now. Show what you got.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports halftime report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Mills. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Mills. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Here we go. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Let's go.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 27. Wentz going to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Wentz now on first down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel from 10 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity?
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Deron Payne able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. To throw, Mills. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Yeah, and on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force fourth down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Now Wentz. Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz.
Back to Gibson and another catch for him.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. A give running right, Gibson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 38, Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
and give his leg a rest.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Deron Payne make pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Well, let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mills. And down he'll go at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. 3rd and long for Mills. Forced out, and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. Oh, nice move. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
They'll run with Gibson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And now out comes Houston.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10. At about the 32. Throwing is Wentz. And this will be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. To throw is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Here's King. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Mills on 1st down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mills. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's turn it up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Mills now. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, working with a 2nd and 3. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Mills throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1st down, Mills. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing, Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mills. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
To throw, Mills. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On the jet sweep, here comes more. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The defense.
And there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now Mills. It's underneath to Pierce. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's Pierce. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Mills on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 104 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Once more, Gibson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Wentz going to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
Guys, I am back. I'm probably going to commentate the rest of this match. So after this match, we will see all the players and the stats of this game. We won't check the defense side, but we will be checking the offense side for both teams. So far, it looks like the Commanders, they're long gone. They're winning this one. They're winning this game, like, by a long shot. Unless if Houston can beat the Commanders, I highly doubt. He's going to rush, and number 24 is going to stop. Gibson is going to stop at the 35-yard line, 2nd and 7. Like, this game has been insane. The Texans, they really need a fucking rebuild. The Texans is like The Texans is like a high school football team at this point. And gets stopped and gets basically 2 yards? Lost 2 yards. So they're back at the 36-yard line. Amazing play right there for defense for Texans. Guess right there. 3rd and 9. The Commanders. He's open. He's looking, shot fires. And then he's going to be pushed back at the 29-yard line. He was at the 26 or 27-yard line, and he got pushed back to the 29. So it's 4th and 2, so he didn't have enough. So they will be bringing out the field goal to kick it away here. And I think it's going to be good, and it is good. So it is 44-10. The Washington Commanders. At first, this game was like a 0-0 game. Texans had like a field goal, and then now, look at them now. Goodness Lord. Oh no, but goodness gracious.
The second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over.
He's looking. He's open. He's trying to find somebody. What is he doing? He's trying to find somebody. He's trying to find someone. Open shots, fires. He got a man. It's complete. Oh my God. He threw him from the 36-yard line all the frick away to the 36-yard line on the other side of the field. That might already be good for Texans. Oh, he's looking. Open shot fires. He's got a man. It's complete, but the 38-yard line. So lost 3 yards on that play. But I don't think the Texans can stop for what's inevitable here of them winning is not happening. So it's GG's game over. Probably. We're not sure. And he's open, shot, fires, got a man, another first down. What a first down.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now. These plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2
And a
minutes to go
two-man
here in the
warning.
fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided
It's
affair.
41-10 at the 20-yard line.
Texans football as we
20-yard
welcome back.
line.
We've got
Ah,
a
frick, I
first and
can't
10 as they
speak.
search for a late
So 2
start.
minutes in this quarter in the fourth final. Open shots. Nah, not at the end zone. It's 2nd and 10. We thought he did for a second, but even if he caught it, he would have been out of bounds.
If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it.
He was out of bounds, and the ball, it just wasn't. So
After the
the
incompletion,
Commanders are doing insane on this game, surprisingly, guys. We will be checking the player stats after we get done with the game. Open shots fired at the 18-yard line, and it's 3rd and 7.
18-yard line.
They need to score a touchdown, but I feel like there's no use to point.
Force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the
So the Texans really need a freaking rebuild. They probably need a couple of better wide receivers.
and they take a lot of
They do need probably a new starter quarterback. Oh, and no, still didn't catch it. It was out of bounds too. Or well, it was inside the end zone, but then the ball went out of bounds. The Texans, oh my goodness.
and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Texans are just like, we don't want Steven no more.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
The Texans are going to at least get the field goal, so it is 44-13.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
So we got a minute and 24 seconds here in this quarter. I will be right back real quick. I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back as soon as possible. So yeah.
One away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Washington offense going back to work. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Second down and a run by Robinson.
I'm back real quick, so it's now 3rd and 7. So basically the Commanders have won this game. Oh my freaking god. Woo! The Commanders just pulped freaking Texans. I am sorry for y'all Texans or Houston, Texas fans, but y'all have lost this game. The Commanders have won. GG's. Oh my god. This was the most insane Tuesday game we have ever seen. The Texans just got pulped.
They're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance
Just,
to play
oh
this
my
game,
god.
where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So we will now be checking the stats and all that now. Okay, so we will be checking the stats, or well, player stats. So Carson Wentz rating 123.9, completion 32, attempt 44, yards 327. Completion 72. Touchdown 4. Interception 0. Now if we go to Davis Mills, 73.8 ratings, 27 completion, 45 attempt, 235 yards, 60 completion, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Alright, now let's go to rushing yards real quick. We got Antonio Gibson, attempt 28 yards, 148, 5.2 average, touchdown 0, fumble 0. Okay, what is that mean? BTK 4, YAC 78. Then we're gonna go down to Damon Pierce here. 12 of 10 yards, 46, 3.8 average, 0 touchdown, 0 fumble, 1 BTK, and 17 YAC. Then we're going to go to receiving for the final one here. Anyway, so 9 record. Yards 88, average 9.7, 2 touchdowns, 19 RAC. RAC average 2.1. Let's see, drop 0, long 23, or long receptions 23. Then we're going to go down AJ Howard here for the final one. So 7 record, 70 yards, 10.0, touchdown 0, running after catch 20, average run after catch 2.8, drop 0, longest reception 24. So yeah, guys, that will end the game here for this Commanders and Washington's game. This was an insane game. I think it was very freaking tight of a game. I think, honestly, this game was just intense all the way. It's like, what was this? Like, holy moly. This game was so insane in so many ways. I think this was a good game, guys. It was a good game. Nobody's fault was in it or anything. It was a good match by the Commanders and the Texans. So yeah, we'll have the Eagles versus Ravens probably tomorrow now, since of how long the game kind of took. So tomorrow will be Ravens versus Eagles. So stay tuned. It might come on at 4 or 5, maybe 6 in the afternoon tomorrow. That was just insane of a game. Like, goodness me, I have never seen in my life that's the best game I've ever seen. Or, well, it wasn't really the best, but it was a good game too. So yeah, how insane was that game? I don't know. It was just somehow insane. But, yeah, guys, I'm gonna head off here with a high note. So yeah, I will see y'all probably tomorrow on the football game. Hopefully my friend doesn't really go AFK as much, because he wasn't really much on the commentary team today. But you'll probably see him again tomorrow. But yeah, guys, I'm out. Peace.